Okay then, Helldivers, we are back and we have got loads to go over today as we've received a brand new patch update on Tuesday, patch day, patch 01.003.104. Now this goes over quite a few things, including a load of general weapon fixes and a huge Leviathan overhaul, which has definitely made them a lot less frustrating and hopefully made the Illuminus a lot more viable to play up against. We've also got some news coming from Jojo with regards to future patch updates. We've got some updates to the Helldivers 2 known issues list, and we've got to talk about the game. We're going to go over everything you guys need to know today. But with that being said, if you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can get your video games cheaper for PC and console with the best deals, offers, promotions, and discounts, all running up to 70% off on old and new games. It's a no-brainer. Links in the description for that one. And if you want to get involved with that giveaway, it's very, very simple. Put a purple love heart in the comment section to celebrate the Illuminate finally being a little bit more viable. And we're going to be announcing the winner to that one tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned. With that being said, though, let's dive into the game and see what it is that's happening right now. So, starting off, we have obviously got the brand new patch update where we're going to check out exactly what it is that has happened. And it seems to be quite a good one as they finally rectified the Leviathans. Starting off, though, we have the weapon and stratagem fixes. It states right here that they fixed weapons being unable to fire after stimming when using a mounted weapon. Now, obviously, that's a very, very niche piece of info there, but hopefully it helps quite a few of you out. The P92 Warrant bullets no longer penetrate when ricocheting, which is a bit of a negative, I think. I'm not too sure if that's actually a positive change, but nonetheless, the Warrant has had a bit of a hit on it because of that one. They've also fixed the guard dog text issues, which is minor details to say the least. The bit that you're all here for, though, is the Leviathans. They state right here that we have heard your feedback and are attempting to balance Leviathans to more manageable levels. Now, there are 4 main bullet points to this one and 4 main changes that they've actually made. Now, I'm interested to whether these are going to be as useful as I hope that they are, so let me know in the comment section if there's anything else you would change or if you think that this should do enough. It states right here that the Leviathans no longer cause ragdolling and deal less impulse damage to vehicles. Now, for me, this is absolutely wild. I wasn't expecting them to completely eradicate ragdolling, but it does seem that they have taken that one out, meaning that you can get hit by a shot from the Leviathan and now be, well, perfectly okay. Just take the damage and keep moving forward. We'll see how that one goes inside of the game. It could look a little bit strange, but we're going to see how it affects players. The next one is adjusted spawn rates. You encounter less per mission. This is probably one of their biggest asks. This is, for me, probably the best thing that they've done, bar probably the last bullet point. But this one right here means that you guys are going to have less problems going up against them. And once you have taken them out, hopefully it means once they're done, they're done. The third bullet point we've got right here is that they added an additional 1-second delay between shots for target locking. This could be a positive. I think that any delay on this is definitely a positive. Hopefully they shoot a little bit less with regards to how it is that they actually target upon you. The problem is that they gave us the spotlight and then fired 3 times the amount of shots. So they were always hitting regardless. We'll take a look into that one later today on the stream. If you want to check that one out, we'll see exactly how that affects player additions. And we've also got the Leviathan cannons can now be destroyed. So we're going to be getting exactly where it is that you can locate those and hopefully having a guide up to how to take them out the best way possible with regards to where the cannons are located. This is probably a really good change though, because a lot like the Striders and a lot like the Bile Titans, you can do things like take out the Bile Titan sack or take out the turret on top of the Strider to be able to make sure that the additional bullet damage does not keep happening. So I'm glad that they've done that to the Leviathans. I feel like that should have been something that was in there already. The depletion of parts in this game is quite a key factor. You can take off limbs, you can take off all sorts. So I'm glad that they finally added that to the Leviathan, as well as obviously the outstanding wing damage that you can already do. In miscellaneous fixes though, they fixed a bug that caused mission items to disappear when entering vehicles. They fixed it for chat interactions causing weapon switches while using a mounted weapon, emotes, and victory poses. Again, really niche. And the final one was that they fixed weapon grip issues and melee attack issues after using stim stims or emos. So there seems to be quite a few things left on the list. One of which is a massive one, which is the crash problem happening right now with weapon customization. A lot of you guys are still having those crashes when trying to customize weapons. Now, Jojo, the QA lead, has actually stated the switch through the options slowly should rectify it, but they are patching it soon, hopefully. So fingers crossed we have something come up on Thursday. If not, we'll be waiting until next week at this point for something to get fixed with regards to that one. And we already know that they're looking into the stim delay problems, with there being a massive issue between the ragdoll and stim. So fingers crossed there is some more patches coming up very soon. The things that are currently left on the known issues list, though, are still the same as what they were yesterday, which is a little bit confusing, which means that they're not updating the known issues list with absolutely everything. Kind of gives you a bit of an insight. If you've got some problems that aren't on here, it doesn't mean that they're not being looked into. But it states right here that the stim pistol and quasar cannon still missing the sound effects. That's been there for a while. The melee weapons will lose their effectiveness when used after stimming, which we did not know about, and that is a really big problem. Weapons stop shooting after stimming in an emplacement, which has been actually rectified. I think that they are just due to update the Zendesk issues right now. And we have got the Gunslinger Armor passive slows down animations instead of speeding them up, which essentially means that the Gunslinger Armor passive is not working at all. This is a little bit frustrating, but we know that this is the case. It was reported a few days ago, and it seems like they are definitely looking into it. So fingers crossed everything could be sorted very soon. We'll have to wait and see exactly how that one pans out, because it's definitely taking a bit of a hit on the community at the moment. It seems that the player base is seeming to deplete. Now, take into consideration we are early doors in the week. There is currently only 22,000 players playing right now on Steam, and there are 26,000 currently playing on the game overall, meaning only 4,000 of you are on PlayStation, with a 24-hour peak of 52,000, meaning that the overall peak in the last 24 hours has probably peaked up to maybe about 70,000 tops. This is a bit of a frustrating movement, because it means that the Helldivers community now is starting to deplete off yet again. This happens quite a lot with Helldivers. We have the "we are so back" movements and "we are so done" movements, and the bits in between fluctuate up and down, and in between big patches. This is one of those games which is not built to be played every single day, and you do need to have other games to play inside of it, mainly because you can't sustain the player base for that long period of time with such high numbers with Helldivers. It's a little bit annoying, but it is something that we are experiencing inside of the game quite a lot as of late. Fingers crossed that we manage to pull the community back at some stage or another with another patch update, which is likely not to come for a good few months. But with that being said, let's take a look at the Galactic War map and see exactly what it is that's happening now and get you guys your daily update. So as you can see right here on screen, the Galactic War map is looking a little bit spicy. The Major Order has 2 days remaining left on it. We have got 66% of the way through the Illuminate kills, and we are sat at 26% moved on the Terminids. Now, we have got a big movement right now happening with the Terminids after a recent strategic opportunity came up, stating long-distance surveys of currently infested Terminid planets has identified larger than usual free E710 quantities in the upper geological strata. Liberating these planets would allow acquisition of these E710 reservoirs, reducing the required kill count for the current Major Order by 1 billion Terminids for each Terminid planet liberated. So as it seems right now, everyone seems to be going in for those liberations, and people are attacking, hoping that we can effectively get that done and add that 1 billion counterpoint onto it, meaning that we only now need 2 billion Terminids. We have got one more planet to really attack into. This could be the biggest thing, dropping it down to 900 million, but we'll have to wait and see exactly how this works. Essentially, we need to be taking a planet a day. Right now, the biggest one is Niblaria 1, which has a really low resistance rate of 0.5 on the minus point. So we've got a hopeful move with that one. Everything else, it seems to be holding quite nicely. So we'll see exactly how this operates and how it is that the game moves forward after this. The Illuminate kills are pretty much solidified, though. So, yeah, we're going to be hopeful that we can get this one done in the next 2 days. For those of you guys wondering, though, right now in your super store, we have now currently got the Warrant in the store again. Now, this is available for the next 2 days, so make sure you go and check that out, because it has finally returned. It is going to be gone for another 12 days on a rotation period of the last 6 war bonds. So if you want to get a hold of it, now is your time, and you have to get it now. But that's all we've got inside of the game. We're going to take a look at your top comments right now. If you want to get involved with the next video's top comments, so make sure you hit something in the comment section that's relative and the top voted will make their way in. This first one right here states, the bots are just quietly sitting in the corner waiting for their MO. Now, yes, everybody is making a big move towards Cyberstan, is what everyone really wants to come through the storyline narrative right now. A lot of us are missing those bloody annoying bots, myself included actually. Kind of want to get out that Deadeye again and start tapping off some automatons, but unfortunately right now, that's not where us MO divers are required. This next one states right here, create impossible MO, we lose, create another almost impossible MO. Now, unfortunately, every MO is obviously seeming to be a little bit difficult at the moment. They are not impossible, but they are reflective upon the player base numbers. Everything has an ulterior motive, and everything has an ulterior storyline. So fingers crossed we can actually get this one done, but the more we lose the player base, the more likely it is that we'll not get them. The numbers are depleting rapidly, and especially with these kill count ones, the player base is needed more than ever. And this last one right here states, Arrowhead needs to come to terms with the fact that 25% of the player base refuses to take part in MOs. And that is, so unfortunately, so definitely seeming to be the case. 25% at least are bot divers or bug divers or illuminate divers and are not major order divers, meaning that they're not following the storyline. It is one of those where they just enjoy playing the game for what it brings on one faction, but unfortunately that's just how the game operates. We'll have to wait and see how it affects the major order in terms of storyline moving forward, but yeah, it's a bit of a deep one. Nonetheless, though, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button, subscribe, and press notifications turned on. Thanks again for watching, guys. I appreciate all your faces. And as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.